Hello, hello, all the King's men. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, I'm excited. Why? Because you have made it across another week. You have pressed in and said, I am going to do this Friday assessment because there is greater on inside of me. I know destiny is calling, purpose is driving me. All the King's men, come on in, come on in. Come on in, let's have a conversation today. Yes, all the Keysmen. I want to ask you some questions because I want to encourage you. Why? Because the Friday assessment is so critical to our growth. You don't even realize that when we come in here, you are helping me. You don't even realize that you may have heard ministers say before. I'll go a little further. Pastors say before that the word must touch the minister before it touches them. So before they can bring forth that word in such a way that it actually can reach the people's heart, it must have affected them in some way. God must have dealt with them in some way. So when I come on the Friday assessment, you just don't know how I am here. Yes, I'm talking to you, but I am actually ministering to myself also at the same time. Why? Because I must do the Friday assessment. I must continue to seek. I must continue to grow. Therefore, I must continue to assess the things that are in my life, the things that I'm doing, the people that are around me, the people that I'm listening to, the people that I'm allowing to influence my life, the people that I am allowing to speak. Because this is something that I truly believe is that when people speak into your life, oftentimes we don't realize that we give people permission and then they think they have a continued permission to speak into your life, and then they cause what ends up happening is they start to speak things without how do I put this, they just start to speak in a place of, I don't want to say authority, but a place that they feel that is theirs to speak into your life. And then you start to wonder why this person keeps speaking to me. They don't have no right to speak into my life. But that's why we have to be careful of the things we entertain, the conversations that we have, because people start to think that that is their right. No, that is not your right. You are not my mentor. You're not my parent. You're not my pastor. I didn't give you that right. Yes, we had a conversation. So that leads me, what are you becoming? Why are you becoming what you're becoming? Is it because of what God said, or is it what man said? Remember, we're looking at the areas that we're, look, I may not have said this in a while, but we're still looking at areas that we're experiencing success and areas that we're not experiencing success. The area that I want to continue to experience success in, because you may not experience it, are you becoming who you are to become? Because remember, we've been talking about fighting. What are you fighting? There are some unseen enemies that you're actually fighting. There's some unseen powers and principalities that you're fighting. And believe me, when you are becoming, there are some things that you're going to be fighting that you cannot put your hand on. Ah, my God, there are some things that you cannot put your hand on. And then if you walk over there to Ephesians, it's going to tell you that as a believer, there's some powers and some principalities and rulers of dark places that are going to be coming against you. So I don't want you to get frustrated. I don't want you to get flustered. I don't want you to get tired. Ah, look, the word says, this is what the Bible said, don't get weary in well doing. You're going to reap if you faint not. That's why it's so important when you know what you're fighting. Look, think about it. A lot of times we get tired because we don't know what we're fighting. We can't see what we're fighting. We don't know what the thing is that's coming out. We just know that we're fighting. Ah, shut up, Mokosa. I hope this is helping somebody. That's when you got to really go into prayer and seek God for what it is that's coming against you, because you got to remember it's not flesh and blood. The fight is not flesh and blood. Yeah, you might have been in school, you had a fight with somebody else, you may have busted their lip, bloody their nose, but you're not fighting them. You're not fighting them. You just doing something because that's what you wanted to do. But when you become a believer, a blood believer, there is a principality that's coming against you. That's it. What does a principality do? It rules in a certain realm of power. It's the thing that's coming against you. The principality operates with a certain power, but all power that is operating in this principality, it's still subject to the almighty power, the almighty God, all-knowing God, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. So all I'm telling you today is that question yourself, what am I becoming? Am I becoming what God said or what man said? Because man can start to think that they have a right, rather to position, and oftentimes they'll start to position themselves in your life so that they could have an influence in your life, because they have come to be that ruler of the dark places, that principality, that power that thinks that they can speak by right into your life because you had one conversation, you had two conversations with them. Look, I'm telling you, this is so important. This is so important to think about, because when that man, when you become what man says, and when man starts to speak into your life, it starts to challenge your belief, because there are some things that you may not have said, but it don't even have nothing to do. They're going to what they're telling you. And if you start responding, then that's going to give them right to start to open up and start to tell you even more things. And what happens at that point? It starts to go against the agenda of God and the agenda that God is giving you for your life. And then it starts to challenge you when you go to press in, and you that voice starts to come in, that voice starts to climb, that voice starts to scream over the voice of God, when God is he's there all the time. He's a small still voice that's telling you to go right when the other voice is saying go left. And you know that what is waiting on you over there to your left. God says no, go right. God says go left. The other voice said go the opposite way. That's why you got to realize, who am I becoming? Is what this voice saying aligning with what I am becoming, with what God says I am to become? We must realize that, all the king's men. We cannot compromise on that. Look, why is it so important that we not compromise on it? Because ever since the fall of Adam, God has been working and working and giving and giving and giving to get us back in right relationship, right place with Him. Would give us back salvation, give us back everything that the enemy stole from us. When the serpent beguiled Eve, the serpent beguiled Adam, and he sinned and he fell. God told him, do not eat of that tree, the tree of good, the tree of knowledge. It's amazing. It's amazing. And God is still working to transform our minds, transform our hearts. That's why it's so important to know what are we becoming, because there are many voices that are going to come into your life along this journey. And we must know, especially as we come to the 11th month of this year. This is the 11th month, first day of the 11th month of this year. As you close out this year, you start to think about everything that have happened this year. Some you're going to remember, some you're not going to remember, some going to remember as time goes. It's going to come back to your memory. Did I stay on track this year? Did I grow this year? Are there things that I've done that I didn't do in the previous year? If you did it and it wasn't according to design, then it's time to seek God. If you did it, it's time to press more into God. Why? Because there are brothers that need you. There are brothers that need a man like you. There are brothers that need iron. Only iron can sharpen iron. All the king's men, all I'm saying is ask yourself, what are you becoming on this Friday assessment today? Because you must become who you are to become. All the king's men, my prayer today is you have a blessed, that something that was said and bless your life tremendously, that will forever transform transform your life. Remember to like, tag, share. Remember to drop a line. Let me know what's going on. All the keys in my prayer today. You have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come till next time.